do this. Going live once again to say what's up to the people. How are you? There you go. Thanks for joining me. All right, we are back to the live stream grind. That is the Miami Comedy Podcast, where we go live every day-ish. Who am I kidding? I haven't been going live in what, 14 days already? Oh, have I missed it? But I have an excuse, ladies and gentlemen. I am going through a tech issue right now with my gear. All right, I just realized that none of the podcasts that I did in the last 2 episodes was getting any of the audio on the thing. Now, from my understanding, there's a little buzz going on the iPhone, right? Can you hear it? TikTok, on the other hand, is lit. Twitch is lit. YouTube is lit. Twitter is lit. But it's always Instagram. It's always you. The place where I have my most followers. It's incredible to see that the tool that I use the most is the one giving me the most trouble, man. Do you hear it? I know you hear it. I hear it too. But this is temporary. Yes, there is a buzz in the audio. I know. This is temporary. The reason why I'm going through a tech issue is because I got on TikTok. All right, I'm kind of blowing up. There's 3 people on TikTok right now on my live stream. I'm getting big. All right, I can't help it if I gotta expand to different channels and reach 3 more people. It's part of the path of being an artist. Every person counts. Okay, don't be fooled by all the people that got millions of followers. Don't be fooled by the people that got influencer status. That's a gamble. That's not real life. This is real artistry right here. All 10 of us together. All right? And even though this isn't influencer level, we're still going to do this. This is still something I got to do. All right? I have a neon sign that says laugh every day right above me to remind me that I got to do this. All right, so anyways, I'm back on the live stream, but as I'm trying to figure out what's going on, I bought a splitter. And so what the splitter is supposed to do is it's supposed to split from my audio interface, both on my iPad and on my iPhone. But then what ends up happening is the splitter then breaks the audio only on the iPhone. The iPhone doesn't like it. Instagram doesn't like it. All my other platforms love it. Hey, you're doing great. You're creating content for us. Amazing. Instagram, iPhone. What are you doing? Are you creating content somewhere else? How dare you? No, we're not going to allow it. Can I stream from my OBS to Instagram? Absolutely not. You go on TikTok. Can I stream on OBS? Yeah, we're working on it. Click here to join the waitlist. Thank you, TikTok. Instagram? Nah! You only do it here. Nowhere else. So, I got to buy a new audio interface to start. And you know what's going to suck about doing all this, guys? Once I upgrade the gear again, which I've done like 4 times already since I started live streaming, you know what? That's actually true. You know how much gear I got to entertain 8 of you guys? It's... All right, so I got to buy a whole new Roadcaster. And the thing that sucks about not audio, but technology itself is you spend a lot of money on technology, and then like a year later, the new one comes out. And then the new one comes out, and then the new one comes out. It's like, when is it enough? When is it enough? There's going to be a point where technology is going to be like, you get an iPhone in September, and then the new iPhone comes out in January. I believe that's what's going to end up happening with how fast technology is going. So I got this thing called the Roadcaster Pro, which, by the way, I love. If you guys ever want to create content online and have a really good mixer, the Roadcaster Pro is really cool. I've had it for about 1.5 years now. It's great. It's a great tool. But now I'm having issues with the cable that goes into the phone here. So I got to get the new one, which comes out in June, which allows me to put, instead of that cable, it's a different kind of cable that doesn't have the buzz. And it's like, I got to spend $700 to remove the buzz from my Instagram stream. All right, let's do it. Here's my credit card. Make it happen. Speed it up. I need it. So, and that's the thing I've learned, being an independent comedian here in the city of Miami, guys. If you really want to make it, all right, if you really want to be an artist in today's world, you got to produce, and you got to produce for yourself. Don't wait for somebody to do it. I've been telling my fellow comedians this since 2016. When I told myself I ain't going to do any more of these open mics, I'm not signing up for the new faces anymore. I'm just going to do me. And then it took me, 6 years to get, to stabilize it. But now that I'm here, now that I'm creating content for you guys, and now that I actually have a following, which, by the way, thank you all. Appreciate the following. Thank you. If you ever want to create something, not only do you have to learn how to do it technology-wise, which sucks, right? But you also have to do it consistently and without having to depend on someone. So when I go to a show, and let's say, for those that don't know my work, I do live comedy shows all over the city of Miami. As a matter of fact, we have 2 shows tonight, one at the Red Bar at 8 o'clock, which I should be getting ready for shortly. And then after that, we're going to go to Thank You Miami, and then we're going to celebrate my B-Day there. Oh, yeah, that's right. I almost forgot to mention, guys, it's my birthday today. You know what? I'm already at the age where it doesn't matter that it's my birthday. It's just another day. It's just my age changes. We're still celebrating, though. All right, I'm not going to be a Debbie Downer. Let's go get shots. Let's get beer. Let's get messed up. But I won't be there. You guys enjoy. All right, I'll see you later. I'm going to bed. So what I do during these comedy shows is I have all this gear. I have a tripod. I have a gimbal. I have a 4K camera. Like, I have it all, right? Like, I have 2 screens here. I got a laptop. We blowing up when it comes to technology. Miami comedy and technology, they go hand in hand. Here I am doing stand-up comedy virtually in the comfort of wherever you guys are. You know what I'm saying? So because of all this technology stuff, I got to wear a lot of hats. I got to post a lot of things. And I try to find a couple of people that can help me online in terms of posting the stuff and editing the stuff. But they're not that good, especially when you do comedy, because I would make a podcast like this, and then I would say, all right, that joke that I said about pulling out all the way till death, go ahead and edit that, make a snippet of that, edit it, make it into a 30-second video. And then, like, they try to edit it, but they don't get the rhythm of the joke. They kind of just, like, piece it together. It's like, do you know how jokes work? No, of course you don't. You're an editor. Jesus. Manny, this is your profession. You need to edit the reel. All right. And then I got to go in, and then I got to edit it. So it's a secret to success to kind of know how to do it all yourself and then show someone else how to do it. You know what I mean? And then train them well. I haven't found anyone in terms of video editing, but I promise you that we will be getting more YouTube videos out, okay? I know you guys have been waiting for me to blow up on YouTube, all 310 of you, which I'm not complaining. I hardly do anything other than the live stream on that channel. But I really want to get, like, not for the sake of money. You know, it's not really a money thing, because I hear YouTube doesn't even pay that much, which is cool. That's fine. But it's for the sake of being discovered on YouTube and the comedy shows that I do, like, through YouTube. And I kind of want to do, like, little mini documentaries on there, which, by the way, if you're listening to this podcast episode, if you can go on over to the YouTube channel and subscribe for me and do the little bell thing, you'll be getting notices once we start finding a good editor and starting to post the stuff there. But anyways, so I got to wear a lot of hats. That's one of the reasons I had to take a 2-week break from the podcast, because of the reels. I had to kind of like embed the habit of waking up. What am I going to make fun of today? Record it. And then I'm like, all right, I'm done. I don't want to be in the studio anymore. It just took me an hour to do a 15-second video. I'm done, right? But now it's taking a lot less time. I kind of understand the editing process. I can make a video now in like about 30 minutes, as long as the idea comes. What's up, Pedro? And so now that I got the reels and TikTok embedded into my habits, I can now get back into YouTube and doing the live streams as I did before. So, you know, I got to dust off. And you know what sucks, man? I got to dust off, like, pro equipment. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not just dusting off, like, crappy stuff. I'm dusting off, like, 3K worth of cameras and shit. You know, something that, like, a photographer would be like, bro, what? You got the brand new Sony A7 IV? And you're not using it? I'm busy, man. Busy doing what? Doing TikTok. I'm blowing up on TikTok, bro. We out here trying to make fun of Miami. Quit playing. So, yeah. I got to dust off the equipment. I got to get back in the game. Pico says, Pico says, let me go over here to the chat. We got a chat camera now. Look how pro we are. Oh, I love this channel. I love the way we've got it set up. Look at this. I got a whole different camera just to speak to Pico on the chat. So Pico says, I'm a documentary filmmaker. Let me know what you want to shoot. Pico, I've been offered a lot of editing services. I'm not going to lie. And I know what you guys charge in order for it to be quality. So the amount I'm making per show will not cover quality professional documentation. However, the times that I am there, which I do have to be there anyway to monitor and manage the floor, I will bring the equipment, I will record it, and then I will upload it and send it to an editor, a good one, once I can afford an editor. You know, you just give them direction. Be like, look, here's a 30-minute clip. You know where the good parts are, make it into a 30-second clip. Aye, aye, sir. All right, and then they do it. But the thing is, will they do it correctly? Will they do it Miami comedy style? That's the question. But, you know, I'm sure they're out there. I got to just keep going. I've gone through like 7 editors so far that haven't really gotten the rhythm of how we're trying to do things here on Miami Comedy, but we'll get there. All right, slowly but surely, we will get there. So I got to upgrade some equipment. That's why I've been taking a break from the live streams, as you can already tell. Again, the buzz is a result of the equipment going stale on me, and yeah, it sucks. But that's technology for you. I'm a Swiss Army comedian. I got to learn this stuff. I got to upgrade this stuff, and I got to keep the ball rolling, continuing to produce content for you guys here in the city of Miami because, hey, man, where are you going to go, you know? Lazaro says, is Red Bar hosting the show tonight? Yes, Lazaro. First of all, I want to apologize to those that came out to the Red Bar show last night. They were going through some last-minute construction, but now we're back fully, and now you can enjoy the show like how we used to do. So if you guys want to see a show tonight, again, we have 2 shows. We're over at the Red Bar at 8 o'clock, and then we are at Thank You Miami at 9 o'clock. Please make your priority seats on the website, miamicomedy.com. And now, without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, the reason why I started doing this episode is to let you guys know that we've got a brand new Tuesday night happening over at NDA in Wynwood. Were you guys there last Tuesday? You should have been there. It was really good. Standing room only. We also had JJ do an hour special over at Dom's. So now we have 2 shows on Tuesdays. We have NDA, and then we have JJ over at Dom's and Brickell. So JJ did an hour special. Absolutely crushed it. So shout out to JJ for getting headliner status on the DL. JJ, our host for Dom's, is going to be heading over to Canada to represent the city of Miami. So make sure you guys support him, all right? He needs your help. The guy can't promote himself. But he's talented, however. So, yeah. And then after that, we're going to be at NDA in Wynwood, and that's tomorrow, Tuesday. Tuesday's lit now, man. Remember when Tuesdays used to be whack? Now Tuesdays is a night of the week that you actually have great options to look forward to. You can do things that are very low key. You don't got to go all out and buy bottles or nothing like that. Unless that's your thing. NDA does offer bottles. So does Dom's, actually. So if you want to stay low key, you want to go on a date, you want to have a drink or 2 before going to bed, you know, that kind of thing. Do a little socializing before 11. Because you got to wake up. You're responsible on a Wednesday, regardless of the kind of sketches that I post online, talking about showing up to work all effed up. That's just a joke. We're responsible adults here. All right, so here's what you do. Tuesday nights, you head on over to either Brickell or you head on over to Wynwood. You check out either or show, see what the comedy scene is like in the city of Miami, and then you can go to bed at a respectable time, a time that won't mess you up the next morning. So there you go. All right, Tuesday nights, miamicomedy.com. Make your reservations for either NDA or Dom's and Brickell. Moving forward. Yeah, so let me go ahead and elaborate a little bit more on what it takes to be a Swiss Army comedian, which I think is going to be, this is what I'm really considering. I'm considering doing a training online for comedians that want to get to the next level, all right? I'm not a headliner, not an influencer, have no fame. I'm known, but I'm not famous, which is a good position for me. And the reason I'm at this level in my life in terms of my career is because I do a lot of things behind closed doors that a lot of comedians don't even know, right? Like comedians just see the stuff online. the audience just sees the stuff online. So I'm thinking about doing this training online where I show other comedians the kind of skills you need to start getting known in your niche of comedy or whatever it is that you want to do as a comedian. Because, you know, if you get into comedy thinking, oh, I'm going to wait till Netflix knocks on my door, you ain't going to make it. Well, damn, Manny, I thought you were a coach. I thought you were supposed to motivate me. You ain't going to make it, man. That's not how it works. Okay, the people that get there, they roll the dice, they hit lucky numbers, man. That's good for them. All right? But to say those are the only funny people in comedy is not correct. That is very wrong. I saw people absolutely crush in front of 12 people. Last night, for example, over at Tipsy Flamingo, you should have seen the comedy scene shining. Oh, we had people from Louisiana. We had like 9 people from Louisiana sitting in the back, heckling, and we were just going back and forth. It was one of the funniest experiences of my life. You'll never see that on Netflix, ever. That night came and went, and you'll never experience it again, ever being recorded. All right, so what I'm trying to get at is this. Comedians, they're talented, but they're waiting for their big break. It's not going to happen. There's too many of us. We're multiplying. Every day, somebody wakes up and says to themselves, I want to be a comedian. They go out and do an open mic. 12 years later, damn. Netflix still hasn't knocked on my door, right? So what it takes now to become a really good comedian is to understand all the skills you need to make a name for yourself by yourself. And so I call this episode Swiss Army Comedian because this is kind of me just trying to figure out the idea of what it is I'm going to do for this training that I've got in my head that I want to do for people online. Now, I've done virtual events before. I've brought comics together. We talked about the future of comedy. We talked about where comedy's going, where comedians are and where they want to go. This is kind of like a profession I do outside of doing stand-up or virtual comedy. I do comedy coaching. And if you guys are interested in figuring out how to use your comedy or your sense of humor and start, being funny naturally, or if you want to find your sense of humor, or if you want to do an online business through your comedy, that's what I help people do because that's the experiences that I've gone in my personal life in the last, 13 years or so. So I got to start training comedians to kind of show them the skills. So here are some of the skills. I'm going to break it down for you guys since you guys are here. You guys are getting an exclusive, all right? So the first thing is you got to understand what audiences are like these days when it comes to comedy. I think there's kind of this situation going on where audiences don't pay attention to someone if they don't have enough followers or if they're not at a certain level of fame, which is unfortunate, but that's just what it is. You can be one of the funniest people in the world, but if you don't have the social proof online, they're going to disregard you. So you got to learn how to talk to your audience. Another thing is you got to learn how to market yourself, market your own comedy style. Figure out what makes you laugh and then like portray it to other people so that they can understand where you're coming from. And then once you've got like that idea of like, okay, this is my creativity, this is my audience, I can connect the two and kind of like grow it from there. But then how do you organize yourself as a comedian? You know what I mean? You need a website, you need a creative process or a system. You need to understand how to write comedy, and in what platform are you going to write your comedy in? Are you going to use Twitter? Are you going to be the next Elon Musk on Twitter? Are you going to be a multi-billionaire comedian? I believe in you. So if you want to use Twitter, if you want to use TikTok, if you want to use YouTube or whatever, there's a lot of platforms that we now as comedians we can go online, create, and then actually do something really cool on our own without having to wait for somebody. The thing is, it's work. And it's work you don't necessarily get paid for. So a skill you got to learn how to do is systematize your creativity where it just comes off easily. The third thing I would say is learn how to network, right? Connect with other comedians. Don't be so egotistical. A lot of egos in comedy, all right? You know it. You know it. You got to make sure you maneuver through that and find the real ones and connect with the real ones because those are going to be the people in your platoon. Those are going to be the ones that are going to help you with opportunities, and then you've got to reciprocate as well. Another thing I would talk about is I think if you really want to make it as a comic, you're going to have to learn how, outside of marketing, you're going to have to learn how creativity works in your head. And this is a tricky one, all right, because creativity is still something that's like floating, that no one really knows what it is. But they do at the same time. Like if you look at a piece of art, you're like, wow, that's creative. Or if you read poetry, you're like, oh, that's creative. But where does that come from, man? Where does it all come from, man? So if you learn how to like tap into your creativity and know how it works in your head, you can then crank out more content than the regular person that doesn't do that. I'll give you an example. So like creativity is also a part of a habit. Every day you got to sit down. For me, I sit down every day. I write something, whether it's through the podcast or on my Evernote. I write something like just a funny idea, and then I just save it, and then I forget about it. And then when I need creativity on demand, I just go back to it, or I do a search, and then I connect a couple of things I wrote. Next thing you know, I got a sketch, or I got a Twitter update, or whatever. But you got to sit down and actually do it. So that system alone for me helps a lot, where I just write ideas down and I can refer to it later. And then I can then connect a couple of things I didn't see before, make a TikTok, make a reel or whatever. And then next thing you know, content every day. Another thing would be like creating a team. If you want to do like sketches and you need like a cameraman, who's going to be your go-to cameraman? Who's going to be your go-to video editor? And then once you got a team going, you can then start cranking out the content. And it becomes tricky, you know, then financials kind of kick in, where it's like, can you handle doing content every day and have your bills paid and have enough money to live the life that you want to live, the lifestyle you want? That is all. So there's a lot of moving parts here to become a Swiss Army comedian, as I would call it, or I used to call it an independent comedian. A lot of skills you got to figure out, but it's possible. And that's the exciting part. No longer is it something where it's like way out in the distance, like I wish. Now it's more like I can, but how? So if you guys are interested, if anyone out there that's listening to this is interested on this virtual event that I'm putting together, I'm going to be teaching comedians the kind of skills they need in order to advance now that this virtual world is emerging, now that we can all be our own entrepreneurs and bookers. And I think in the future, hypothetically, if every comedian were to be brought up with this skill set, if everyone was like in their own skills, learning their own skills in terms of promoting themselves and not having to wait for, the audience or having to wait for the bookers, what'll end up happening is comedians that have these skills can then start connecting with each other. And then it becomes this big network of just artists with artists doing work. And I don't think this only ends in comedy. I think this can go into just about anything. Musicians can do this. Artists can do this. NFT artists can do this. As a matter of fact, NFT artists are doing that. They're all over Discord just sharing knowledge and where to find and exclusive deals. Like, I think NFT artists are some of the people that have it figured out the most in terms of how to profit from what they do. And, if they can sell JPEGs, you can sell the mixtape. All right? Bottom line. So calling all artists, especially comedians, if you're interested in this live event, send me a DM. I'll put you on a VIP because you listen to this podcast episode. I'm really excited. I think this is going to be a new frontier, and I got to get new gear before I get into, oh boy, just thinking about the money I got to spend right now, which, by the way, if you guys want to help me out, all right, it is my birthday. If you guys want to help me out, there's a link right here at the bottom on Instagram, or you can go to miamicomedy.com/shop. Buy yourself a t-shirt, all right? Put some money into the Manny Needs New Gear Fund, all right? I would estimate $700 of stuff right now by June. No, make it $2,000 because I got to get a 4K camera, another one, as a matter of fact, making two. Well, Manny, will it ever end? How's 2 million? Huh? Is that enough? Yeah, you know what? Yeah, I'll take 2 mil. Sure. No, make it 2.5. I need 2.5 by June, and here's what I'm going to get. I'm going to get a brand new mixer. I got to get another separate camera, and then I got to get these streaming devices for mobile podcasts me and JJ are planning on working on in the future. So that roughly is about 2.5K. So if you guys can buy a shirt and just put $30 into the pot. And for those that already did buy the shirts, I thank you very much. You guys are amazing. We're really moving. All right, we still got shirts. I would say it's 60% inventory, but the fact that it's moving this fast, pretty impressed. I want to thank all the supporters out there. I really appreciate it. All right. So with that being said, I got to end it here. I got to head on over to the Red Bar. If you guys want to see a show, Red Bar, 8 o'clock. Thank you, Miami, 9 o'clock. All right, guys. Have a great Monday. See you next time. Bye.